Today we're discussing a 3-year, $250 million plan to solve the crisis facing the Jersey City schools. I'll speak briefly to steps that we've taken over the last couple of months and the last year, and it speaks to the seriousness that we view this problem and the commitment we have to making sure that Jersey City kids have the best opportunities possible. Last year, as you know, we implemented the payroll tax. We expect that payroll tax to yield upwards of $80 million this year. And over the last couple of months, the councilman and I have been meeting with PTA groups, and we've introduced our budget earlier than ever so that we can make aggressive changes. What we said to the PTA groups at the time is that we have a commitment that all options are on the table with regards to cuts on the city side. Nothing is off the table, and we're willing to do anything possible to make sure that the Board of Ed has the dollars that they need to move forward. We also wanted to consider the fact that we recognize that there are a lot of seniors in Jersey City and a lot of people on fixed income that are still struggling. So we wanted to make sure that we're able to achieve a solution that funds the schools, but at the same time takes into account people who are on fixed income. Outside of the $250 million that we're committing to the Jersey City School District, I'll also highlight the fact that we are committing to 100% sharing of abatement revenue that has happened over the last 20, 30 years since the abatements have been in place. So that's above and beyond anybody's request. The Board of Education's own audit speaks to just a surplus and a request on the surplus. We think it's proper to move in the direction of 100% sharing. And this is going to require restructuring on the city side of our municipal budget, and we're committed to doing that. This year, we are moving $10 million over to share from abatement revenue, and we're making cuts with regards to police recruiting, fire recruiting, overtime reductions, hiring freezes, and I think we have a pretty good grasp on how we're going to get there this year and next year and the following year. I'll highlight a couple things in addition to the payroll tax. This also speaks to us acquiring the Claremont property, which is the Board of Education central office, and we would lease it back to them for $1. We would save them the moving charges, similar to what's happened at Caven Point in the 1990s. And this would be a solution to get them some additional dollars as well, rather than the proposal that was last year to sell it on the private market. We would increase the tax levy by 57% on the municipal side gradually over time, and that would equate to about a $9 increase per year, and we think that's manageable for people. And then, as I touched on earlier, it would be 100% abatement sharing. And so we've outlined year over year how we're going to get there, and it's a $250 million commitment. And we think that that's meaningful, and it's detailed, and we have a roadmap on how we're going to get there. So I'm going to turn it over to Councilman Yun, and who's been my partner in this. Councilman Yun and I'll highlight this. We haven't run together for any elections. He's probably been the largest critic with regards to city finances, and he's been very aggressive on making sure that the budget is fair for everybody year after year. And so we thought it would be fitting that he and I partner on this because we wanted to make sure that it's coming from different perspectives. And I think that what we've accomplished today is a roadmap forward that is meaningful for the school system and to solve one of the biggest crises that the city has ever faced.
So as a councilman, we're going to make sure that we have proper funding for public schools, but meantime, we try to minimize the tax increase for the homeowner of Jersey City. It's not easy things, but how we can achieve goal? It's simple. We're going to change your lifestyle. Like if anybody go out dinner 5 days a week, probably city of Jersey now go out dinner for 3 days a week. So we're going to find out, and we're going to find out a lot of different ways to fund, and we're able to achieve the goal what we're looking for. And this is not easy things. Probably it's the most hard things, but I'm pretty sure our taxpayer will appreciate it because without the major tax increase, we have to fund it for public schools.